inside of these tombs, these constructions, we got it 10, 12, 14, 18, 20 bodies inside of them. So it was not per one person. There were many buried inside. And they have to pass the mummification process, really. So we don't know if all the bodies they got inside belongs to the same family or it was different families in it. You know? And some of them, they are small ones, and some of them huge constructions, as that one on the right side over there in front of us. That one should be for the most important personalities. So also mummified, you know, we got many bodies inside. But we didn't get a lot of treasure because one of the problem was the Spaniards. When they came to Spaniards, the first thing they were looking for was all the time gold, no? Minerals or some other things, some stuff. Pottery bodies, they didn't like it, so it was just broken and break, and they put all in the around this area, no? So this kind of constructions we got at 63, 64 really. God bless you. And that's just all this ancient and old cemetery. That's we're gonna see now on the way. So as you came until here, after this, my friends, just walk a little bit until where you see this small area. The other side is beautiful too, right? Please watch on the other side because we're going to see the same lake is coming in the other side, and you will see a nice island which is like flat. It seems like a table island. It's amazing, these views. Then you go back slowly until the coffee, you use the bathroom. I will pay the bathroom, and then you go to the bus if you want, okay? Wait a second. Otherwise, we have to continue right now with the friends that they start climbing. We're going to stop still.
This is just the tombs upstairs.
Yes.
Yeah?
And when was it built?
Excuse me?
When was it built?
That was built before Inca, some of them. They are 300 years, 400 years BC. Since that time, it seems like it was continuing the constructions until even Inca's time, Inca's Empire. When they came here, they will continue building, so respecting the same circular shape, and they were trying to do the same things. No, that was Inca's period, and then the Spanish they came and they stopped completely. No, it was just the period the constructions. The name of that place is Sillustani, right? Sillustani. So are you going to stay here?
Keep walking.
Platforms going into the water. Platforms they did in order to save production. If there was no rainy season, it was in water to the tunnels. And it was like irrigation technology. That's called gravel rain. It's like in front of you can see one of the sand temples and the moon temple. Two ritual areas, ceremonial.
Sorry.
Maybe a holy place. And it seems like this sector where we see the same temple and the moon temple, they have to really match the sunrise position everywhere. That means the priest who was really crawling around here was looking for every day where it's taken. December match the sun makes this structure. And that's why it's the new, the 21st of June solstice of winter for us, and 21st of December solstice of summer for us. So even they did sacrifices. As we can understand at the moment, it's very powerful to do this kind of ceremonial rituals, and they have to do it a couple of years and many other things. The woman was very important also for them, and not just in between, because the sun and the moon, it was like a representation of Hanahpacha, was the universe, the cosmos, and the present life here was Kaipacha, or the just mother, Pachamama as we call it, and Ukupacha, underground. Why they respected the Ukupacha too? Because when they saw volcanic or some earthquakes coming, they said it comes from down. So it is something unknown for them, so it was something powerful. So they had to respect the reason how they have to do all the rituals to the underground, present life, and Hanapacha. What kind of acknowledgements they really had in order to preserve the skin for many centuries after. Still today, if we get some mummies, we're gonna see the skin almost perfect. Or we can try to understand which kind of techniques they really have. How they have to give creams or something like that in order to protect the skin like this. For example, here is a photo for one mummy. Of course, it was wrapped by many blankets, many other stuff, and in order to preserve and close inside of the tombs. This design belongs to 1600 years. One of the men who was Guamán Poma de Ayala. This man was a Peruvian, but the thing is he learned to write some little things in Spanish, but the main thing was making those, this and trying to tell us almost all the history of the grandparents, how they were telling him how was it. Here, for example, in Spanish of that time says Entierro de Kolla suyos. Kolla suyo was the name of the high plateau in Inca's time. Trying to show us how it's mummification process. Those two guys, they are making this mummification, this body, but inside of the tombs, like you can see the stones, they already have skulls and or bodies inside it. So trying to telling us how was this mummification process, how many days they took to make these kind of things. No, it was really ceremonial. If it was somebody dying at that moment, no, it's just to understand how far and how they started making this kind of designs. Please come up. Already we saw that it's really how the shape is very narrow and growing up on top like that. But one of the things, sometimes even for me, it's not easy. It's not logical. I mean, in my logic way. If you see, well, we don't see the first layer of the basement of that tomb. The size of the stones are very small. The second layer is larger. Third layer, fourth layer is larger. Until 5th, 6th, 7th layer is larger, larger, larger. I say, in my logic way, should be start a building with the biggest stones in the base and finish with small ones. Thinking in the, this is another thing that sometimes I say, they were really very good engineers. They knew mathematics because calculation of each size of the stones, how weight they have to do this construction. This is amazing. And this is just part of the things that sometimes really they take us out of our lives and out of our minds sometimes. How precision they really have to do. Well, the only way it was restored, it is just the middle, as you see the white concrete that was in between. It's just the concrete they put in order to preserve it, because before they didn't have concrete. It was just some mortar, some mud, some clay, something like that. But the real stones, as you can see, it was stone in stone, dry stone as well. No? It wasn't anything like no mortar, nothing like that.
What was the restoration? Peruvians or
Peruvians said. But they left this one in order to see us how was really inside of this unit. But the other thing, a little bit strange also, some holes in the stone. You see that like that? No? Yeah. We were thinking it was the male and female as this. But if we see here looking for the male there is not a male. All of them are females. So, how was this function? 2 females, if you want, coming as this. The union was inside to feed up. But the thing is, inside of this hole, we got it mold, like a clay, just inside. Outside is dry stone, just in the middle of that. Maybe it is another technical technical thing for them in order just to be much more lighter and the weight of the stones, and that's why probably they were just making this kind of things. But it is amazing also how they really did. No? This is one of the precision things that we can see here today. Right, now
It's no mummies inside.
no more mummies today. Here not. Over there not. In these ones they look for everything. But in the other small ones around, we still have. Bones really. I saw even personally. But I think some of the archaeologists, students, they come sometimes and they try to, I don't know if they are like thieves and try to get themselves. No?
Yeah.
Sometimes at night it's not really protection around. When was the
Cabeza y sargento cargan sus galones, cabeza y sargento cargan sus galones, y yo pobre soldado cargando mochila, y yo pobre soldado cargando mochila. Hermanos licenciados, este oficial tomando cerveza, este oficial tomando cerveza, yo pobre soldado tomando agüita, yo pobre soldado tomando agüita. Por Patamata, por Lita Huacamo, por Patamata, por Lita Tucamo, como soldadito tú solita tienes, como soldadito tú solita tienes. Hermanos licenciados, soldados.
White on Jagalona. Manda Hamon, this white on Jagalona. Manda Hamon, this white on Jagalona. Sirigo na imanas, 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 white on Jagalona.
Pandemic.